In a small village tucked gently between whispering hills and slow-moving rivers, lived a boy named Arin. Intended, he was kind, thoughtful. His eyes lit up at stories, and his laughter echoed through the fields like little chimes in the wind. But Arin had one little storm inside him. He got angry far too easily. Not the kind of anger that boils all day long, but the sudden, sharp kind like lightning out of nowhere. If his little sister finished the last mango slice, he'd erupt. If someone beat him at a game, his voice rose like thunder. Even a stubborn shoelace could trigger a full-blown war. His friends forgave him. His family understood him. But Arin didn't like this part of himself. After each outburst, he felt empty like a balloon that had popped from its own pressure. "I don't want to be this way," he'd whisper. But the anger, it just takes over. One afternoon, everything went wrong. He dropped his lunch. His best friend ignored him all day. His teacher gave homework 5 minutes before the bell rang, and then, as if the universe wanted to test his limits, his paper airplane nosedived directly into a goat's behind. Arin exploded. He yelled. He kicked a tree root. He may or may not have told the clouds he was running away forever. And so he did, or at least as far as his legs would take him, into the quiet forest beyond the village, where the air was calm and the trees didn't argue. He sat near a small stream, throwing pebbles into the water as if each one carried a piece of his frustration. That's when he heard the voice. "You throw your anger like pebbles, but they always ripple back." Arin looked around quickly, and there, barely visible among the rocks, was a turtle. Old, slow, with a shell that looked like it held the weight of many years. His eyes were steady, ancient, and kind. "You can talk?" Arin asked. "Only to those who listen," the turtle replied calmly. Arin didn't even feel surprised. Somehow the moment felt too quiet and magical to question. "I get angry," Arin admitted. "More than I want to." The turtle nodded. "Most people do. Anger is loud. That's how it gets noticed." They sat in silence for a while, watching the water. "Come," the turtle finally said. They walked together, Arin stepping carefully through the ferns, the turtle moving slow, steady, without rush. They arrived at a pond so still it reflected the sky like glass. "Throw a pebble," said the turtle. Arin picked one up and tossed it in. The surface rippled in perfect circles. "Now," said the turtle, "make the water still again." Arin waited and waited, but the ripples did what ripples do. They moved, danced, and slowly disappeared on their own. "That," said the turtle, "is anger. When you throw it, it touches everything. But if you wait, it passes. The trick is not to throw another." Arin sat beside him. "But sometimes I don't even think. It just happens," he said. "Like something explodes inside me." "That's the lie anger tells," the turtle said. "That you don't have control. But you do always. Anger wants to be the boss, but it only wins if you hand over the keys." Arin blinked, then laughed softly. "You sound like my grandma, except you're slower and less into card games." The turtle smiled. "I'll take that as a compliment." They stayed by the pond a long while. The turtle told him things he had never heard before. Anger is a messenger, not a master. It tells you something's wrong, but it doesn't get to decide what you do next. Every deep breath you take is a little rescue from yourself. Strong people don't always shout. Sometimes strength is walking away when everything in you wants to stay and fight. Then, as the sun began to dip behind the hills, the turtle turned to him. "Be water," he said simply. "Water?" Arin asked. "Yes, water is soft, but it wears down mountains. It flows, adapts, listens. It doesn't argue with rocks, it moves around them. When fire comes, water doesn't shout. It cools it. When someone brings you their anger, be the stream, not the storm." Arin let that thought sit in his heart. "Can I really change?" he asked. The turtle looked at him with those ancient, gentle eyes. Every day is a chance to be new. Arin did change. Not overnight, but slowly, like seasons shifting, like a pond calming after a storm. He still got frustrated sometimes, but when anger came knocking, he didn't slam the door or invite it in. He'd say, "I see you, but I've got better things to do." He took deep breaths. He walked away when he needed to. He paused when it mattered. And little by little, people noticed. He didn't shout like he used to. He didn't throw words like weapons. His eyes were calmer, his heart lighter. Some said he was peaceful. Some said he was wise. But Arin knew the truth. He was simply learning to be water. Years later, when children came to him upset, angry, overwhelmed, he wouldn't scold them. He'd bring them to the pond, he'd give them a pebble, he'd let them toss it in, and then he'd tell them the story of the turtle. Because sometimes the best way to learn peace is to meet someone who's already found it. And sometimes the best stories are the ones we pass on. So next time anger finds you, before you shout, before you fight, before you throw your pebble, pause, breathe, let the waters settle. And remember, you're not the fire, you're not the pebble, you're the pond.